This evening, orphan girl tops her school in grade 6 exam. Man almost dies after being shot. World Bank demands more convictions as part of loan criteria. Also, we have your trending regional and international headlines.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Today is Friday, June 29, 2018, the last Friday of the month. This edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. I am Bibi Bacchus, signing in for George Gonzalez. Thank you for joining us. She lives on Ling Avenue and was orphaned from 4 months old, yet she topped her school in every subject. Wendell Jeffrey sat down with the shy Talia Squires.
Talia Squires lives on Lane Avenue in Georgetown, and she topped her school, St. Pius in Middle Road, La Penitence. She was awarded the Queen's College at the last National Grade 6 examinations. But you have to hear her story to understand why this is no ordinary feat.
Her mom was going through a little difficulty, and she asked me if I can keep Natalia.
And how long has that been?
11 years.
And how old is Talia?
11.
So how old was Talia when you got her?
About 4 months.
Yep, you heard right. Little Talia was orphaned and left with Janet Cummins from the tender age of 4 months. Yesterday it was announced that Talia topped her school. How you feel about getting the top school in Guyana?
Very happy and excited and nervous at the same time. God was with me. I studied very hard and had very great teachers. My mother helped me a lot. She was up many nights with me, helping me to study and finish my assignment.
Channel 2 Headline News visited the St. Pius School and spoke with headmistress Adoni Bascom, who said that Talia topped the other students in every subject. Bascom said that she has long suspected that the children attending the St. Pius School have the academic potential. She said that Talia's story is remarkable. Looking to the future, Talia, who is a bit shy, says she wants to be a teacher like her adopted aunt and mentor, who is also a teacher.
I like teaching children and helping them to know more. My strongest subjects are mathematics and English.
Cummins said that Talia is not a difficult child.
She's a gem. She's always been a pusher. She's always been dedicated to her schoolwork. She's not a child that you have to beat and cajole to do her work.
Cummins said that she's excited about Talia's future.
I envision nothing but the best for Natalia. She's smart, she's intelligent, she has the willpower, and I can see that God has something great in store for her.
And Talia agrees with her adopted mom.
I think I'll do very well at school.
Why?
Because I'm naturally intelligent.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. In a confrontation that almost turned deadly yesterday, a man was shot in his chest on Leopold Street and lost consciousness. Esther Sobers reports.
Sean Joseph, a vendor, is nursing a gunshot wound after it was alleged that he was in an altercation with a man over an old grievance. According to reports, the incident occurred on Thursday night at Leopold Street in Georgetown. It was alleged that Joseph was heading to a shop when he was confronted by a man known as Struggle. It is alleged that Struggle broke a beer bottle and attacked Joseph, who retaliated with a knife. Struggle whipped out a gun and shot Joseph in his left shoulder and then fled the scene. Investigators were summoned to Leopold Street area. Later, Joseph told the police that he heard a loud explosion and felt a burning sensation to the upper left part of his back. He further added that he later lost consciousness and was awoken in an ambulance. Police are currently on the hunt for the suspect, Struggle. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sowers.
Thanks, Esther. Some families of the victims of the pirate attack in Suriname waters have approached the government for financial assistance, and the government has obliged. Shamar Allen tells us more.
Today, Minister of Public Security Kemraj Ramjitan made financial donations to each family affected by the recent piracy attack in Suriname waters. After the victims' family reported their financial needs, the minister reached out to the families. On April 27, 20 fishermen were attacked while they plied their trade off the coast of Suriname. 5 of the men survived and 3 bodies were discovered. 12 of the men are still missing and considered dead. Following collaboration between the Guyanese and Suriname police, several persons were arrested and charged, including 2 prime suspects, Premnath Prasad, called Sinbad, of Kumariti village, and Nakul Manir, called Fid, of number 43 village. Also on May 3rd, another attack off the coast of the neighboring country left 1 dead. Reporting for Channel 2 Headline News, I am Shamar Allen.
Thanks, Shamar. When we return after the break, Jaglio says World Bank is not being fair with their demands, and a man almost died after colliding with a truck. But first, here is your foreign currency exchange rates.
For the latest in news from Guyana, the region, and beyond, visit our website, headlinenewsguyana.com.
The Big King you love just chickened out. Introducing the new Chicken Big King with 2 crispy chicken patties and our signature king sauce. The new Chicken Big King, now part of our Burger King favorites. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
You know, I'm tired telling you, stop thief electricity. Shh. Don't shush me. You're going to kill yourself and burn down people out. Stop, I'm telling you, stop. This man don't hear you know. Hiya go. Look, I fed up with this stupidness, eh? I gonna fix this one here once and for all. Hello, GPL? Here now, I got a big problem around here. They got this chap who continuing to do it. Alright, Skipper, you are under arrest for stealing the electricity. People, stealing electricity is dangerous to life and property, and it is also against the law.
Welcome back. The Granger administration is borrowing $35 million from the World Bank, but the bank wants the government to charge more people with crimes. Wendell Jeffrey tells us more.
We heard one man passed $18 billion through his bank account. You recall that? And he was an official of the government.
Bara Jagdeo was speaking at another of his marathon press conferences yesterday. He spent a portion of the press conference addressing the rumor that the Granger administration is seeking to borrow $35 million from the World Bank. Jagdeo thinks that the bank is making some extraneous demands of the government, including the request that the government has to show that they are filing a certain amount of charges against Guyanese citizens.
Imagine the World Bank telling the FIU how many cases they have to submit to the police for money laundering investigations before they access the 35 million loan they have. This is a law enforcement effort. When for sovereign countries to be told, you have to file, if you want a bit of our money, which is not their money, that's contributory to it. You want a bit of our money, you have to file 30 charges against your people.
In light of this, Channel 2 Headline News asked the former president if he thinks that the bank is trying to get the Granger administration to bring more charges against the PPP affiliates. Jagdeo said that the reverse might be true. He said that the World Bank might be pushing the Granger administration to bring more charges against their own people.
Maybe what the World Bank is worried about, let's look at the converse. Not that they want to speed it up, but that they are worried that they are slowing it down deliberately because some of their friends have been identified and maybe they don't want to file charges against them.
Jagdeo asked about the rumor that an official of the current government passed some $18 billion through a private account. The opposition leader asked if that case was ever settled.
That issue disappeared. What happened to it? We should have had at least now a report about it.
The PPP General Secretary said that the bank has this government looking like beggars based on what the bank is requiring that they do to get the loan.
It's like this psychophancy. I can't find a better word. It's like we are just approaching them with a begging bowl and we'll do anything, like no sense of national pride.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. The Ministry of Education is happy with the improvement in the grade 6 examinations. The subject minister says that government initiatives are responsible for the improvements. Shamar Allen reports.
The Minister of Education, Nicolette Henry, stated yesterday that she was proud to present the nation with the NGSA results, which showed an overall increase in performance. The Minister of Education stated that the government has invested more money in the education sector because her government wants a nation that is well educated and rounded. She also added, enter,
because of that vision, as we are seeing increased performances in many of the subject areas. And we'll see much more as time moves forward, because it takes hard work, commitment, dedication, and strategic leadership to see results.
The minister also stated that last year the ministry launched an early intervention program, which is intended to improve the results in the education sector while eliminating school dropouts and teenage pregnancy. Minister Henry also noted that her ministry will continue to invest in the people of Guyana.
So we have invested more in education. It used to be less than 20% of the budget allocated. As I speak now, it's over 20% allocated to education, because we recognize that we have to invest in our people.
For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Shamar Allen.
Thanks, Shamar. A man almost died in an accident along the Mocha Long Road, as we hear from Esther Sobers.
An early morning Friday accident has left a taxi driver hospitalized in a critical condition after he crashed into a truck onto the Mocha access road on the East Bank. It was reported that many persons rushed to the scene to assist the taxi driver. The driver was identified only as Benji and is the owner of a taxi, license number 8C3999. His vehicle was heading west along the roadway when he lost control of his car and skidded into the path of a truck which was traveling in the opposite direction. According to persons at the scene, the taxi driver was speeding and tried to swerve out of his lane to avoid colliding with a parked car on the southern roadway. In doing so, he lost control of his car and crashed into the truck GVV 8446, which was traveling along the northern carriageway. The truck driver sustained no injuries, but the taxi driver was in a critical condition, was taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. That was your local news. Coming up after the break, regional and international news.
The Big King you love just chickened out. Introducing the new Chicken Big King with 2 crispy chicken patties and our signature King sauce. The new Chicken Big King, now part of our Burger King favorites. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Mom, what are you doing with GPL on your list?
Child, you forgot I have to pay GPL?
You got time with GPL?
I have to keep these lights on. The customers who think in that manner and refuse to honor their obligation to GPL are obviously not playing their part in ensuring quality service delivery. So, I will continue to pay my GPL bill on time, every time.
I recognize the value of your point, Mom. You were right.
Welcome back. And now for your regional and international headlines of the day. A Trinidadian family of 5 has raised an alarm about the possibility of being split apart because they can't afford to pay a £7,000 visa fee in Scotland. Peter Dipnerine and his wife Claire, both 57, have lived with their 3 children in Edinburgh for 14 years, but their residency visa has expired in November 2016. In an emotional letter, Peter wrote, "I don't even want to think about us being split up. The family has recently been granted immigration bail with conditions to reside at their dry law home and report to their local police station every 12 weeks." Trinidadian riot police were called to an immigration detention center in Arpo yesterday after what began as a normal demonstration by frustrated Nigerian detainees. Detainees crowded the south and north corridors of the center in protest over what they called their unlawful detention and inhumane conditions. The protesters vowed to stand as one as they blocked officers from entering the main area where they were protesting. A similar situation occurred a few days ago where a group of Venezuelan detainees confronted immigration officers about the same issues. And in international news, closed migrant centers are to be set up in EU states to process asylum claims under a deal reached after marathon talks at a leaders' summit in Brussels. The centers, hosted on a voluntary basis, would determine who are illegal migrants who will be returned. Italy, the entry point for thousands of migrants, mainly from Africa, had threatened to veto the summit's entire agenda if it did not receive help. Resettlement of genuine refugees would also take place on a voluntary basis. There were no details on which countries would host the centers or receive refugees. And finally, a patrol tanker has caught fire in Nigeria's biggest city, Lagos, killing at least 9 people, officials said. More than 50 vehicles, including 5 buses, were set ablaze after the truck lost control and spilled its contents on a busy motorway during rush hour. The tanker is said to have crashed after its brakes failed. Fuel explosions are common in Nigeria, Africa's biggest oil producer. Petrol is transported via badly maintained roads and vehicles. Here is your 7-day weather report. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Friday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, on our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in 6:30 Sunday morning for a rebroadcast and Tuesday evening at 7 for more news. I am Baby Bacca signing out and wishing you God's blessings. Do enjoy your extended weekend. Bye-bye.